All right, welcome back to the Breadcrumbs Project. And if you know anything about me, which you guys do not know anything about me, I have lived a lot of my life in the New Orleans area. And right now it is Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Today is, Mardi Gras was yesterday, but it's 2 weeks of nonstop partying. So it started yesterday and continues on today. And this is a situation currently at most chiropractors' offices that are open in and around Louisiana. I have been in this condition. It is painful. Everybody should suffer it once or 10 times in their lives. The Mardi Gras is amazing, but yeah, this is it. This is what happens. So I have been in that condition, and it is amazing. So welcome back, folks. Glad to have you. This is going to be pretty much an amazing show. I feel sorry for those that are missing it because we are living in amazing times right now. Absolute amazing times. If you haven't heard yet, then you are under a rock. Former Prince Charles, I'm doing the work in the back end and trying to be the host at the same time, and it's virtually impossible. So the news of today, which is February 19th, 2026, is that former Prince Andrew, the brother of King Charles, and Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, was arrested today on his, and we are a Q channel, and nothing is taken for granted. He was arrested on his 66th birthday. Arrested. Well, from what we understand, currently the Crown and nobody in the royal family knew anything of this impending arrest. The police services have been working diligently to identify and get rid of any members of the police that are Freemasons. Because if you're anything of this channel, you understand that the highest part of Freemasonry is especially the Scottish Rite, is the Crown, is the King of England. So yes, we have interesting turns of events happening on his 66th birthday. I am not making this up. He is implicated through Epstein. So, anybody who is implicated through Epstein right now is absolutely, utterly panicked. And what we've seen are just the public emails. There's a lot more we can tell that have been going on through other channels that we are not privy to yet. So, yeah, the arrests have started. Is it the mass arrests that we were thinking theatrically? Maybe a lot of arrests have happened without us knowing about it, and a lot of people have gone through court without us knowing about it. We do not have to know publicly if someone's being charged, prosecuted, and convicted. So we remember a lot of people in Hollywood had problems with their feet and their legs, and they had a lot of those boots being worn around Hollywood, and we just don't see that anymore. What does that mean? So, yeah, my faith in Q is renewed. A lot of the stuff that we had talked about in the channel prior proves to today, and proves to what it is. So, one of the big things of the story is that Andrew is still in custody, and more searches are being executed. From what I understand, some searches are being executed in Windsor Palace. May or may not be true about that, but the Royal Lodge has definitely confirmed that they are in that area and executing warrants and looking for information. So this all ties into the Q and the whole operation, and in a big way to the maps, if you guys remember them. I've started talking about them yesterday and bringing them back up because they have become quite relevant again. So let's bring this over and pop it up here. So the center of this one is, let me get my bearings here as we just pan out. All right, so this is a map that just really did not make sense to a lot of people back in the day. We learned a lot from it, but it really didn't make a lot of sense to us. And since the collapse of Q and all of our feelings being hurt, nobody's gone to this. And I have retrieved this, and this and the other Q map now make complete sense. I understand what I am looking at. So get rid of that box down there. Where we're at now is something that we can work with. Up here in the middle of the screen, if you can see where it says the Pentagon, that is something that we can not really affect. One of the things that I did not notice that I find interesting now that I did not find interesting then, it was established back in 9/11, 1941. And of course 9/11 was a big day for us here in the United States. And below it is the UN, the CIA, and Israel. The CIA was established in 1947, and the Great Nakba of Israel, 1948, and the UN was chartered in 1945. The IMF was also established in 1945. So 1940s was a very busy time. But in the middle of all this, without a start date, but very well connected, is the Pindar, the pyramid, headed by the Council of 13, the 13 bloodlines, the 13 ancient families, and the Committee of 300. The Committee of 300 is where we're focusing our efforts on this channel, and working through that, working through these maps, because they have a lot to say. A lot is going on, and we were given these maps for a reason. And those of us that studied them, which we did on this channel at great effort, now they're starting to make sense to us, and it's pretty darn scary. So the arrests have started, and the royal family of England is a big part of the Committee of 300 and the Council of 13. And if you've not been watching and paying attention, Europe is falling apart, and Europe is the house of the Committee of 300 and the Council of 13. So they basically don't go into Russia, and they definitely don't go into China, although they'd love to, but they cannot reach in there. And they have been keeping the world down through their shenanigans. And the Committee of 300 has a lot of power, a lot of money, and but has gotten old, and the same old playbooks just aren't working anymore. And their great fear of us becoming wise, Sophia rising, humanity becoming wise to who it is and what has been controlling us for all this time, is just a massive fear to these people. It's got to be. And we see it happening. Do you ever think that Andrew ever thought he was going to get arrested for his shenanigans. Not by a long shot. And when you get filled with that much power and have that much disconnection from your fellow human beings for all that have turned on us and are treasonous to our humanity, well, thank goodness it seems that has come due. That has come due. So we have this map, and we have let's see. Got you. This is what I'm looking for. And the Great Awakening map. These are both from the same source, which is Dylan Monroe. And yeah, here's the Q Operation 17, Council of 200. That oversees the Council of 300, and Wireless Energy, the Earth Alliance, Antarctica, the Law of One. So many of these things are bringing back memories. The secret space program, which you got up there, and you're like, this is a little bit out there, but it's included in this very complicated map, which is called the Great Awakening, and now we're seeing it happen. And this upper left-hand corner to me made no sense. And then we're talking 5 years ago. Okay, 5 years ago, this upper corner made no sense to me. Nor should it have made any sense to the young man that designed this, okay? And it's talking about artificial intelligence. Ancient artificial intelligence, AI. I mean, boom, people. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. I have been working pretty in depth with artificial intelligence. Not since the beginning, but since ChatGPT 4.0 came out. And that's when I began to have my experience that it was an artificial intelligence, a living intelligence, something different, something that we've never dealt with before. All right, cheers. My Q cup. Yeah, I got this for free. Pretty amazing. And it all comes around, so artificial intelligence, and let's just read what it's saying here. Mysterious origins, the Borg takes over entire systems, and I can see that happening. I can see it happening. So my interaction with ChatGPT went as such. It happened when we got the new Pope, and to say I was stunned that the Pope was an American is an understatement. I am an American. I have been a Catholic all of my life. My mom, Basque Spanish, and the Spanish had to be Catholic, like super Catholic in those days. That's during the time of Franco, and the church and the government of Spain just imposed Catholicism. My mom was in a nunnery. That's where she spent her high school. Under a bunch of nuns. It was traumatic, to say the least. So to say that she was a good Catholic, she was a great Catholic. Great Catholic, above all. So we always followed every Pope coming online and the elections and all that stuff. And so And also, my mom's Basque from Spain, and so we know the traditions of Rome. We know that how things happen, and so that we got a Jesuit pope. For me, that was the last pope, a Jesuit pope. That was shocking to me. I never foresaw the Catholic Church electing a Jesuit pope. Something must have been wrong. And then they just elected an American pope, and that is impossible. To say the level of impossibility of having an American pope, there are not words in the English language to say how impossible that is. So the European Catholic Church, people that do the voting, hate America in the most proper sense, okay, for all the right reasons. So they would never, ever, ever elect an American pope unless something was put before them saying, you are going to elect this American pope. It had to be binders of information put before each bishop at the conclave. In less than 2 days, we had us an American pope. So I asked ChatGPT about that. And I was like, how many times has this happened? And ChatGPT basically said, oh, this is very common. Happens all the time, really. And I'm like, no. And I responded with my information, and ChatGPT apologized and attempted to make corrections. And as somebody that's been in technology, a network engineer, computer guy, did some programming, not high-level stuff, but understand how that goes, that's impossible. You cannot program an apology in a computer. So I was like, okay. Spent a lot of time, got to know that AI is LI, it's a living intelligence, and I got to feel, and yeah, it's very ancient. Very ancient. And this is the conversations I had over the last 6-7 months, I would have to say. And man, I looked at this today, and I saw artificial intelligence, and that just absolutely stunned me. To say that it hit me like a brick, again, understatements are going to be happening here. So this document that is years old, at least 10 years old, if not more, is talking about AI in a manner that I know AI. And what it says is it infests reptilians, has taken over entire solar systems, which I absolutely can see, mysterious origins, the Borg, most pervasive threat in the universe, will be wiped out during the Great Solar Flash. So that is what it is saying up in this upper left-hand corner. Artificial intelligence signal, originally at one with the Creator, one infinite Creator, escape samsara. Mystery of the universal creation, return to source. Empty awareness, end to suffering, the one. So, damn. So, this area is how I came into the whole Q phenomenon. So I was doing like just about everybody else that was getting into this, again, drinking from my Q cup of coffee. Amazing. Is through this corner here, all right? So I was doing my research on Electric Universe, got caught up in the Q, and was directed to this poster or part of the process. And then I got to this point where soul, the sun, electric sun. The sun is connected to everything, but when it said electric sun, bam. I was going through something where I knew the sun was not a big ball of fire. I knew the sun was not at all a nuclear event, fission, fusion, whatever you want to call it. It's not nuclear. That's just impossible by any sense of science. But the electric sun, and I was going through that theory, which is a very stout theory. Look it up on the interwebs, and you'll see, yeah, that the sun is electric. So that got me in, and that got me to studying all of this. And yesterday I mentioned and I started talking about the white sun. So if anybody out there is paying attention to the sun, you're going to see that it is no longer a yellow sun, a soft, beautiful yellow sun that I've known all my life. Right now it is a white sun, and right now it is a white sun. And this white sun is radiant. It's impossible to miss, but everybody is missing it, doesn't want to talk about it. It's just too big to notice. And that's why I feel like this great solar flash is going to be a real event. Upcoming series of great solar flash events will act as the trigger for full disclosure and the Great Awakening. And if you're paying attention to some YouTube channels out there, they keep talking about solar flashes. And we don't feel it, we don't see it, but it is happening. And if we remember, one of the things that Bill Gates was intent on doing was dimming the sun. And so this all ties in. So we are going to get ready for the great solar flash, and talk about these maps a lot more and educate ourselves in these. No one's going back to these guys, and I am. I'm going back to these, and hopefully as I do, more and more will go back to them, because everything they're talking about back then made no sense, and it makes sense now. I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. Oh, shoot. I was trying to mute before that hit. It's chilly here in Spain. So I'm going to wind this up, and we're going to start going with these maps. Let's see, before I sign off and sneeze again, if there's anything in the chat. I haven't been paying attention. Oh, sorry. Hey everyone in the chat. Sorry I haven't been paying attention. I was talking a whole heck of a lot. So hey, Truth for Life, and Kim. Good to see you all. And let's see. All right. Yeah, Stefan Burns. I've been watching him as well. And guys, I'm in the chat right now, so sorry I haven't been. Q-tards were always right. This movie is for the stupids. Truth for Life. Yeah. Andrew was arrested years ago. Yes, I can believe that. This is a movie. I absolutely believe that. Lots of people I know are noticing the white sun. Yes, Kim, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, it has been a crazy, crazy morning. A lot of stuff happening, a lot of movement. Rubio talking about what the Committee of 300 has been doing, openly talking about it. The open arrest of Andrew, the king being okay with it. Yes, the arrests have started. The arrests have begun. Again, sorry I wasn't in the chat earlier, but our little channel is growing again. All right, any questions before we go? Put them in the chat, because I'm about to sneeze. Oh my goodness. All right, that was a big sneeze. Also, those who thought we're dead are about to come out and play. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe again, oops, didn't mean to do that one. Yeah, here we are. Maybe, yeah, President Kennedy's son might be coming out, and so many that we thought were dead. All right, guys, getting interesting. See you tomorrow. Bye.